Yeah. Just, yeah, they got it. Now it's on. Oh, it's on. Okay, it's on. Refresh your page. Refresh your page. Goodbye. You don't know what I'm talking about? Refresh? Well, I can't talk now. In other words, leave the screen, come back to it. See the lag? What? Taking one? Okay. Hey, Jack, any chance of you keeping the score? Thank you. You know how to declare? You know how to declare? Whenever you're ready. It happens more than often. No, no. He does.
Testing audio, testing, testing, testing.
If you want to keep your own, it's up to you.
I'm back. We have Paul Frankel, Professor Q-Ball here. He seems to get on the table an inordinate number of times, but he is the tournament director and the promoter. The gentleman that just missed is John Printz. I'm sorry, John Printz, P-R-I-N-T-Z. I'm not sure where he's from. I'll try to find out here. Game has just started. Mr. Printz has 4. Mr. Frankel has nothing. We believe Mr. Printz is from Ohio, the Buckeye State. I am from Michigan, the Wolverine State, and we really don't like each other. Perhaps you don't know, Michigan and Ohio are the only 2 states, we're not counting the Civil War, of course, but just when one state fought another state over a little strip of land where Toledo, Ohio now is, Michigan and Ohio actually had a 1-hour battle. I'm not sure anybody was killed. Ohio finally got the Toledo Strip, and Michigan got the Upper Peninsula. The Upper Peninsula. That's where the Upers live. Over the bridge. And that's why they call us trolls who live in the bottom part of the state. Because we're under the bridge. So they call us trolls. Curly and Steve are trolls. So am I. The Upper is a different land. Indeed it is. You will find no billiards up there. But a lot of bar tables. And a lot of bars. And a lot of bird's eye maple. Ooh. Shaft maple. Ooh. And trout fishing. Oh, Mr. Printz may make this one. No kiss, please. Oh, my goodness. Frankel looks frustrated. Mr. Printz is from Marysville, somewhat to the west and north of Columbus. There's a big car factory there. Toyota, I think. A billiard wasteland. Yes. Oh, gosh. Hello, Steve. Can we turn the other mic on? Yeah, he's. Yeah, see, when he turns this mic on, he goes like this.
Hello. Tested.
And when he turns that mic on, he goes like this.
Okay. Jim Shovak here. Just got back from my nap. That's pretty much all I do. I play billiards and I'm supposed to be running things and helping out, but I just go nap. I don't do anything.
He needs his beauty rest. He had a good game. I don't think it was on the video table.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Got out in 14 innings, did you say?
14.
Yeah. That's approximately.
It was pretty funny, too, because I played on the Brunswick, which I don't really play on Brunswicks. I really don't know Brunswicks that well, but played fine.
It's a matter of rhythm. It ain't the table.
The points were scoring, so I didn't complain. I didn't think about it. I just said, whatever. I actually played a little bit short, but the adjustment was easy. No big deal. That's what Blumdahl told me about a week ago on the phone. He said that all the top players prefer the tables on the short side. They average higher. When it's long and slippery and sliding all over the place, it's very difficult to control. They still do good, don't get me wrong, but they have the higher averages generally when the tables are playing shorter. Not ridiculously short, just kind of normal.
You know, you made the point to me earlier, too, that Professor Q-Ball has been on this video table quite a bit. You know, I mean, it probably has nothing to do with that he's the promoter of the tournament.
Amazing coincidence.
Because it certainly doesn't, isn't because he's playing. I would be embarrassed if I was Paul to be on here as much as I've been and as bad as I played, but oh well.
You want him to finish? I'll go around if you want. You want to keep for a score if you want to go around? I can go around. Two guys gradually.
Whatever. I don't know, he might be calling me to play, or me and Jack, I think I gotta play. Oh, I gotta go play on the Brunswick again?
You got one? Sure. Thanks, Dale. Okay. So go ahead and got time. Okay, light singer and show back on this table here.
Okay, I gotta go play. I gotta go play on the Brunswick.
Well, good luck. Good luck. Hit him smooth. Sorry about the confusion here. It's very difficult to run a tournament and play in it at the same time. You have many varied responsibilities. We ended up the day yesterday running, probably 3 hours short, I imagine. In fact, Mr. Shovak went on to play Mr. Leitzinger. Scheduled start time was 2:45, and let me check my magic solar calendar here, because I think it's now around 5 o'clock. Yes, 5:49 as a matter of fact. 2:45 matches starting. The match that we're seeing right now was scheduled at 4 o'clock. I counseled against 24 players. 18 was, I thought, was the better number. With 24 players, 4 days would be more in order. Mr. Frankel is getting frustrated. He's not showing it, but he's seething inside, I would wager. Sit down, Paul. Nothing you can do. Sit in your chair. He's made 1 billiard in 14 innings. It's Tom Rassman, back of the professor. We're going to watch out for this. Watch out for this. Watch out for this. Ooh. Little ticky, looks like. Rail first. No. Corner shooter. I suspect Mr. Printz from Marysville, Ohio, likes this one. It's a question of how well he knows the table. He knows the shot. They're laying perfectly, but looks to be approaching around the table, directly into them. It's going to be a little too hissy, but sometimes you roll the dice. You know, you take your chances, you roll the dice. He scrambled some eggs in there and made an omelet. He plays off the red, it's going to be a stroke tester, and off the yellow, well, yeah. When you're that close to the ball, it's quite possible that you can foul. And so he was shooting a little thinner, jacked up a little bit to make sure he didn't foul, and as a result, forced the shot. Mr. Frankel. Oh, he is really shaking his head. He's made one billiard in 16 innings, and he has a table in his house. And he really should learn to sit in the chair. He's being it's a little disrespectful. You're supposed to sit in the chair, good idea. Put Mr. Frankel in jail here. You can see here, this is it was not done on purpose. It just happens. It's the way the game is. The balls roll, but 3 balls in a row. In other words, he can't see the red, so he must shoot off the white, or he must play a lag. And there's not really that great of a lag here. They're not laying too wonderful for a natural type lag. They are, but he can't reach it. See, he's going to have to use the bridge, and when you use the bridge, you generally can't stroke it like you would normally stroke it on a lag shot. And so kind of all bets are off. Whatever system you have doesn't quite work. We'll see how he did there. Not bad. That's why they call him Professor Cue Ball. Maybe he should play all the shots with a bridge. Oh, where's that white ball going? Oh, my goodness. Look at this. How can that happen? My. You've got to play good pool to play good billiards. Oh, I like his style. I like Mr. Printz's style of Maryville. If he hits the yellow ball after 2 rails, he probably scores. And if he doesn't, well, Frankel's got a thing here, but let's watch where the red ball goes, see. He's going rail first, it looks like. All right, which controlled the red ball, but makes the score. It's going to spin. Yes, sir. Okay. He knows he's lucky. Just control the white ball. I like to play these 4 rails. Instead of directly 3 rails to the red, I like to calculate them and feel them for 4 rails. And if I hit it a little thick, a little more English. Yes, okay. Place man. And a classic two-rail billiard. Yes. I think he had another option there that he should have exercised. He sold himself short there. Which, if you did that in the housing market a year ago, 2 years ago, ooh, you'd made out like a bandit. Well, if this makes, this guy scrambles eggs. Mr. Printz scrambles some eggs. He's going to try to scramble some eggs here, but... And again, it's kind of an error to hit it that hard, or, you know, because you see where the white ball went. It's giving Frankel a bigger ball than he would have had if Mr. Printz left it out in the middle of the table. And I think Paul is going to take advantage of it, except the red ball took advantage of him. Now, you must think about where that object ball, the number 2 ball, is going a little bit more. Oh, you'll like, if he makes this shot, you'll like this. This is a nice spin shot. He's not quite, I prefer to be a little different position on it. But, oh, excuse me, I was predicting. And he chooses to draw it back, pull it back, and got the kiss, but kept it on the path. Sometimes that happens. This is, after all, 3-cushion billiards. It's imperative here to make 3 or 4 more after this. But accuracy reared its ugly head, and oh, don't stop on the rail. Well, not deep enough nor hard enough. Well, it's hard enough, but it's not deep enough. Oh my goodness. Very nice effort. To not, but oh, kissy kissy poo. Watch out here. The red ball was another inch off the rail. Be a viable rail first, a ticky. But he's going to have to play off the white. I think he should suck it back towards himself. Yeah, he's looked where he's looking. That's where he's looking. He wants to go short rail, and then long rail, it looks like. He plays it around the other way, and there's a kiss. Oh, yeah, this is not smart. Can't make a bridge, shooting at the ball farther away. He's got to play off the white, now, even if he scores this. Okay, again, one of the 3 deadly sins of billiards: miss the shot and leave yourself a big ball in the corner. I'm surprised Mr. Printz didn't go 1 rail to the yellow. He seems to like those shots, and of course this one, see, that's the reason. That's a trap shot. You know, it's very difficult to make that red ball go other than any spot where it went. And if it goes where it went, well, you see what it did to the yellow ball. just say that kiss out the third ball, that is the scoring ball, with the number 2 ball, the object ball, and you're just dead meat. You'll never. Well, that's frustration, see, and it's the player that does it. It's it's just needs a little better shot selection. Oh my goodness. Hit that very smooth. A lot of spin needed here. A lot of spin. Yep, just too much fraternal relations going on here. Generally speaking, when all 3 balls are moving before you've scored, oh, he's puzzled. Let's see what he can pull out, a magic trick here. Actually, there's not a too difficult little ticky. Rail first off the white, a little reverse, half a tip, 3/4 a tip, depending on how the white's hit. Okay. Almost. Good idea. The reason that shot's a good shot is there's no kiss in it. If you play off the red ball, well, good luck, sucker. Should be straightforward. Playing to the red, the big ball. The yellow ball is bigger than the red. Well, it wasn't all that big. It's a lot bigger ball if you play 4 rails, right? Play it short to the long rail, like where his cue crosses the rail now. If you played it there, then it's a lot bigger ball. Frankel's had this shot before. He doesn't like it. It's another one. Just short rail, long rail. Take it up to the far end of the table. He's looking at something here. I don't know quite what he's looking there. Probably thinking about a ticky. Rail first. He's doing magic tricks with his magic wand there, see? Oh, excuse me. I thought he was the white ball. Shows you how much I know. A stroke tester here. Ooh. That nasty yellow ball did the deed again. He keeps insisting on shooting. His eyes are not that good. You know, he should be playing off the red ball. It's a small ball to the white. Hit it hard. If you miss the white entirely, then the yellow comes back down. The red goes back and forth across the You know, you'll see he's going to do this way. Finally sees the wisdom of his ways. You're more likely to get a shot, get a hit when you're close to the ball. And you can see the control of the red ball. If he made it, it's big, and if he didn't make it, it leaves Mr. Printz a long ways away from his work, as we say. For a guy with good eyeballs, 30 years old, I could make this shot 9 out of 10 times. Nope. He kind of slapped at it. See his cue come up off the rail. Killed it. Put a little too much eyeball on it. He's playing to the big ball. The question is which side. You can go both ways. This is a smaller ball going this way. Big two-ball billiard. 2-rail billiard, but go off the other side of the white. At least you have 3 rails going into it. Maybe it's a little more. You got to hit a little harder, but I tell you, they're not doing each other any favors in their leaves here. See what kind of a hit, Mr. Oh, that can't be too thin, can it? Oh, my goodness. Oh, and I see, I love this one. 2 rails to the red. Short rail, long rail. This is my shot, but no, he's going to play off the red. Let's watch where the red goes. Be careful, Mr. Red. Oh, he's going that way. I see. Choosing the Mungo shot. The reason I like the 2 rails to the red is because there's no kiss. It's impossible to kiss it. Now, speaking of kisses here, see how good a pool player Paul is. Good pool, and Lucky Billiards. He's begging there. He was begging. It's a good thing he has a real job, you know. The last match that you played, that you watched, Fast Eddie and Dr. Q. Rossman, that was a very important match. The winner went on to the finals, and which was Fast Eddie. So Fast Eddie knocked Dr. Q out. Oh, question of strength and health. Strength and health. Huh. Balls are doing neither of the players any favors. But there's hope. As long as there's 3 balls on the table, he put this pretty smooth. It's going to go around it, but he hit it pretty smooth. I am taking a break to look at the brackets right now, so you'll have to follow this on your own, but I'll be back.
Shot of this. Almost made that, you know? You have to touch it.
I'm back. I'm back. I had to check the progress of the tournament so far. Fast Eddie played his way in. You saw him do that the last match. And Danny K. Kolaz, never can pronounce his name. Nice kid, smooth player. They're both in the finals. Bill Johnson and Brian Half are in the finals. And the two other groups are still kind of up in the air. We hope to bring you a John Anderson and Max Fisher here next, and that will be an important match. The winner of it will advance to the finals. Paul has been trying to get everybody on the table at least once, which, of course, we've seen him about 6 times, so I don't know how that's impinging on that. But I think I'm going to lobby for the next match to at least be an important match. Oh, thank you, sir.
I'll be back.
Okay, Jim. You're gonna go home before I do.
All right. No, I'm
And I'm harping on it, but Paul really should be sitting down in the chair when he's not shooting. It's not. I would, if I was the gentleman that was playing Mr. Frankel, I would just sit there and keep looking at the shot, and looking at Paul once in a while, and when he finally got and sat down in the chair, then I would shoot. But as long as he's standing up, I just sort of dawdle, take my time. I'll just piddle along. That was for you, Renee, if you're out there, just piddling along, That's a Oklahomism, I believe. Oops. Boy. See, now I got a special cue that's about 10 inches longer. Oops. He's got an extender here. He's going to slip this on the back. He's not going to use the bridge. Okay. Batter up. It's going to be made. Nice, very thin. Not much English at all. Just a nice thin hit. Got that white ball to the right-hand corner pocket. Oh my goodness, this can make this way. Come ball. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Sometimes you play it that way. That one, I don't think he played it to go around the ball like that. But sometimes you actually play that shot that way in desperate circumstances. Yeah, make sure you don't kiss the white ball out now. Okay? Pay attention here. Okay, good pool. And apparently good billiards also. Well done. Just remember to sit down after you miss, finally. Yep, the balls are just not doing the players any favors today. He's looking to see if he's frozen, because if he's frozen, he can't shoot into the rail. He's going to go rail first, go to the long rail, and hope to get lucky here. Oh, speaking of getting lucky here, you can smile now, Frankel.
Thanks.
Yes. Can you get somebody to get rid of this?
These?
Yeah. Thanks. A killer. After scrambling some eggs and getting lucky on his number 2 billiard, sometimes that scrambled eggs produces a run afterwards. The guy gets a little excited. That's the first time I've seen Frankel smile all match. Even if you miss, you got to learn how to smile. Look at Tiger Woods out there. So I guess he didn't miss too much lately, I guess. Or he's missing. Yeah, he's missing in action. This has some potential. Looks like hole potential, but it had potential.
Great.
Nasty leave. Nasty. Paul is currently playing to 50% of what I think his true average is. Accuracy rears its ugly head. Very, very small third rail there. Very small ball. If Paul shoots off the white, the red ball is small. If he plays rail first off the white, he makes the red ball bigger. And if he plays off the red, he's a very existential player. Oh, he's going to play a very esoteric billiard here, it looks like. No, he's, whatever is he doing? Is it the rites of spring? The magic wand? Is he going rail first or not? Hard to tell. I don't think he went rail first there. Excuse me. Right, 2 rails to the yellow. Spin off the yellow. Hit the rail. It's automatic. It's a low percentage shot, but not difficult to figure. He must have hit it dead on and double kissed off of it. He blocked us out there, but if he just clipped that yellow, it was Maggie's drawers. And misses that kiss, but cannot beat that kiss. You see what I'm talking about? 5 rails. You heard me talk about this 5 rail shot. There's 2 kisses to miss, not just one. There's 2. And you miss the first one. Oh, look at how close he came. Then he got the second one. And my friend Carl used to say in that shot, no kiss, no billiard, which meant if you missed both kisses, you weren't on the path to score. As they say, I love to see my opponent shoot 5 railers around the table. He wanted it to roll. He wanted the white ball to roll 2 more inches. You know, he's got a stroking up to do this. The red is not that bad, but I think I'd play off the red here, to tell you the truth. You know, but he's going to go up and slam this one, or he's going to play off the right side of the white, which should be a little smarter here. You know, keep his opponent buried down at that end of the table. Don't turn the white ball loose. And there's a good potential to score here. Yeah, it's a good potential to score. Next. Well, he's going to go to that well again? No. Paul, what's there to think about? Other side of the red. Short rail, long rail, short rail. No, he's going to play a +2. Oh, my goodness. Good luck. Out in the middle of no place. Yeah, he better not smile after that one.
Watch the rail.
Ticky. I don't want to say I taught him that shot, but next time you see Professor Q-Ball, ask him what he calls the Diekman. I'm known as the Ticky Monster. It's an interesting little shot, stroke shot. He's got enough angle to get around. Okay. mean, the problem with this shot is look where the white ball goes. You know? It was difficult off of either side of the white. And, now I like this one as a ticky. Rail first the red, hit it nice and slow, a little thin. Oh, he's gonna. This is gonna be a slam bang corner shooter. Boy, I like that a ticky off the red. Are you there, Mr. Three Cushion? You think that was a ticky off the red ball? If the yellow ball was over to the right just a hair, it would have been almost dead cold. You'd have to manipulate a little bit by getting a little thin, but boy, call me out on this, Mr. Three Cushion. Was that a ticky there off the red? So I've been informed that just piddlin' is a hillbilly expression, not an Oklahoma expression. But my question is, I mean, are there any hills in Oklahoma? Well, the Ponca Hills, I guess, right? They're somewhere east of you, I think. But I mean, are they really just little bumps in the ground, or are they actually real hills? He's going to make this one dance. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, got the edge of darkness, the edge of night. It's a big ball. It can make it 3 rails. He actually went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are about 6 different ways that could have made, actually. And I'm not sure he knew exactly how it was going to make before he shot it, just that it was going to be coming to that ball with 3 rails into it. And it's really the best thing you can do in 3 cushion. Get 3 rails before you even get close to your scoring ball. Oh, he's slimed one in before. This is we'd call that a backup. It's normally not played like maybe that far out, but you'll be surprised how many times the ball makes backing up like that. And, you know, if your player makes a lot of those during the course of the game, your opponent, you can question his morality, it brings a lot of questions about the player's character into issues. He'll come to Papa. Oh, man. Look at that. It went right through that yellow ball. Just a little thinner. See what Frankel comes up with here. If this was in a pool hall, we'd be going times is 25 cents a minute. If he makes this shot, it's going to be a scrambled egg shot, you know. The balls are just not in position. You can hit it good and get the red ball, and it just, move the red ball to the inch, to the right an inch, and that was a wise shot. He had no wise shots there, right? I mean, they were all, if that had made, it would have been lucky to hit it, the red ball that thin. Hitting the red ball is not the problem. Hitting it really thin so you hit the white is the problem there from that angle. Probably an all-cross table lag gives you the biggest chance. Spin, but not enough. Mr. Printz is not sitting down either. He's leaning up against the next table. And again, it's common practice in billiards, and as it is in pool now too, for when the opponent is done shooting to sit in the chair. Good dog, sit down. Okay? And that just shows the lack of a lack.
I knew it was there. I tried to beat it. Couldn't get it.
The shot speaks for itself. I will not embarrass the players by telling how many innings is going on. We would think so. Yeah. We would think so. Well, Paul shot a shot. He kissed the red ball after he'd hit it, after 2 rails, and he paid the price. That's what happens when you kiss. You must learn to play a little better pool. Think a little more about where that second ball is going. Most people, when they're playing billiards, especially when they're still learning, they don't think about where the second ball is going. They think about only where their ball is going. And that's not good. It can be counterproductive at times because, all right, let's see here. He's got a very good rail first white. He can go 2 rails to the white. If he tries to ticky that off the red, I'll say it's possible, but I don't think I like it. Yeah. He's taken ticky lessons from me. Yeah, see, it's possible. Hit the rail, hit the red ball, and sneak in there. It's a pretty small hole. Oh, now he's going to go. This is not. Anytime you've got to jack up, do silly things like that, you better pick another shot. You just can't, get the stroke you want on it, the stroke that you need. You lose all your stroke accuracy, lose all your feel there. It's not really very intelligent to, if you have a choice. Let's put it this way: you have a choice of making a good bridge, solid stance. Do it. I don't care what the shot is, but to pretend you're a contortionist or something to shoot a shot when you've got easier, less stressful ways on your body, it's where you should be doing. This is going to be a tragedy. Tragedy. Be nice to him. Yes. I play it like that a lot too. If you hit it a little too thick, a little too much English, you might make it 3 rails. But if you calculate it 4 rails, and your tendency is to hit it a little too thick with a little too much English, then you have a chance. If you calculate it 3 rails, you have no chance. This is a fairly straightforward shot. I don't know why the heck he'd shoot it like that. I mean, that was not I don't know. That was a lapse of. It was a lapse. And if Frankel has got any, I mean, he should make his opponent pay for it there. Look at how big that red ball was. Instead, he's just a corner. Now, see, slapping the chalk down like that is not kosher. I'm sorry. That is not what the gentleman does. Jim Shovik might do that. But nets, no, you don't do that. You don't display those lows and high peaks of emotions. You keep yourself at your level and stay there. Smile more. Learn to smile more. Have you seen these guys smile? I mean, it's like 10 years ago on the Ladies Professional Golfers Tour, I noticed that they never smiled. They never smiled. And now they're smiling, You watch Tiger when he plays, he smiles. You watch Arnie when he plays, he smiles, It doesn't matter what the shot is. Chi-Chi, my hero, oh my goodness. Then there's a goofball. Come on, 2 rails to the red, shoot a Sangley shot. Yeah, he's going to play some powerful cross table. Going to get a hernia shooting it. Oh, no, he's a straight rail billiard. Ooh. In some countries that scores. But not in Louisville. The game is notched at 13. They're stuck there. Hey, Curly. Shh. Steve. What's the longest game hour-wise that's been on this table? Just under 2 hours to make 20 points. I think I'd rather be on another table if I was playing like that. Oh, finally she shoots a 2-rail shot. And yeah, see, now we talked about this shot earlier. It's so easy. There's no potential for kiss. If you hit it right, you stroke it smooth. It just goes. It's just there. You don't got to do anything about it. And one of the keys for that is most people think you hit it with dead ball. Okay, you calculate it with dead ball, but go try to hit a ball into a rail and have it come straight back to your Q-tip and tell me you can put dead ball on it, because you can't. Okay? Once in a while, yeah. But, so you try that and you test. Do most of my balls go off to the right, or do they go off to the left? In other words, what kind of English do I tend to put on when I'm trying to do dead ball? So if you, in my case, I favor right-hand English. So I would have calculated the point I wanted to hit, and I would have gone off a ball and a half, depending on how far they were down the rail, and hit it with just, not trying to hit it with dead ball, but just enough right to know that I don't have left. I'm not really spinning it, but again, it's a fallacy that you can hit a shot with dead ball. It's very hard to do. The classic practice for that is to stick a ball on the head spot, say, and shoot it into the rail 6 feet away, right to the middle of the short rail, and see if it comes back and hits your cue right on the tip. If it does, and you can stop it there, then you hit it with dead ball. Go try that sometime. You can do that on a pool table. Even try that. See how many shots you're going to take before that ball comes back and hits your tip right dead on, just where you left it. Keep it on the table, right? I can usually do it in about 5 or 6, 7 times. I can do it once, okay? I would suspect some of you are going to find that you couldn't do it after 100 tries. But that's a good practice. Very good practice. And that will show you, again, what your tendency is. A little hold up, a little running, when you're trying to get dead ball, and it'll also show you that. What are we playing, baseball? Strike one. No comment.
There's the Battle of the Garys. Okay. That's going to really screw up the bracket. Yeah. Yeah, if the other Gary wins, it's going to screw up the bracket a little bit. Well, this deciding game right here. Now, wait a minute.
And even Steve
Well, he could because he beat Gary, but Gary beat both of these guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It was my first match.
Yeah. I did kind of the same thing in a straight pull tournament one time.
So I came in third.
The difference between my winning and taking third is 2 balls.
Well, that's they look. I know my base. I beat number 1 and number 2 in the tournament, but I came in third. I'll say that because I thought it was head to head. So I used to 3 different titles. Points 4 and then points against. Well, Frankel snuck up into the 2-hole. They were tied at 13-13, and I think basically he's just worn my Buckeye friend, Mr. Printz, out, you know, lulled him to sleep. Oh, is he going to smash through this? I love guys that smash through. Now, Marcelo Lopez, you know, now that was another case, but, you know, I really, you know, the Mongo method, hit it as hard as you can, smash you through like that, you know, it's just nothing. It's not, just lacks little finesse or something. He didn't have much of a shot there. I mean, that could have been the only logical shot in his mind. But you got to try to find something else in these kind of Mongo shots, I call them. You know, Mongo, he was in that movie Blazing Saddles, you know. This is, I'm reminded, played by Alex Karras, member of the Detroit Lions offensive line called the Fearsome Foursome. Were they the Fearsome Foursome? Yes, I think so. Alex Karras, Daryl McCord.
That great quarterback, Greg Landry.
Well, Landry was the quarterback. Who was the Fearsome Foursome? Daryl McCord, Alex Karras. Was there a Ray guy? Oh my gosh.
I remember, that was one of my favorite Lions teams, too.
I used to listen to him on the radio.
Greg Landry made a 98-yard quarterback sneak for a touchdown one game.
Daryl McCord, Alex Karras. Those were not the best one was not Nick Montcani or something like that. There was another guy. Who the heck was he? There were four of them. That's why they were called the Fearsome Foursome, you know. My Fearsome Foursome is me, Chichi Rodriguez, Lee Trevino,
I like Lee Trevino.
and Arnold Palmer. That's my Fearsome Foursome. Let me play those 30 years ago. Let me play those guys once a day for a month, and I'll have their wallets in my pocket. We got to talk about something that'd be interesting. We're now on the 53rd inning. The Fearsome Foursome. Who was the Fearsome Foursome? The Detroit Lions offensive line. The Fearsome Foursome. Alex Karras, Daryl McCord. Was there a Nick there? This is from the early 60s, I think.
Mid to later 60s.
Mid to late 60s. Well, hit it high, hard, and hope. It was a good shot. It was a smart shot. It was a smart shot.
Well, you're going to make me talk now, huh?
There's nothing to say. I'm talked out. This game has talked me out.
I think he's trying to turn my mic on, trying to make me talk to people. He must have too many people online, and he wants to scare some away.
If we yell real loud, you think we can burst his eardrums or something like that?
No, he can't hear.
Yeah, this is Curly talking beside me. Steve is on the controls. Playing for one, Paul, Professor Q-Ball Frankel, at long last.
If he's playing for one, I probably won't be here for very long then. Because I have to do things between matches. I don't know why, but they expect me to work for some reason or another.
Well,
I don't do that at home. Why would I do that here?
I'm not sure what you do between matches, Curly, but I guess it's probably too much information. We don't want to get into that. But
No, it's all right. It can be done.
Now, this is two rails to a thing. See?
It can be done in public.
See? And if he'd got two rails and just clipped that ball, he could have made that shot two or three different ways. It's going to come back, and it's it's got a lot of potential. And there's no kiss. There's no possible way you can kiss out by shooting it that way. And that is more important than shooting it like Mongo.
Game loves.
The Mongoization of the game, the Chicago Slam Bammers. Oh my goodness. Of course, that was on really, really old Brunswicks and really, really nasty cloth. And see, there's that wonderful 5-railer where you have to beat 2 kisses, and then, can keep shooting it. O worthy opponent of mine. Please, every shot you take, shoot it. He's looking at his watch.
Oh, he did that well.
Very well done. Very well done. This gentleman plays some interesting things. He knows lags. He definitely knows lags. He's made a number of good lags.
Yeah, looks like he might have left himself something too.
Well, he left himself something, but boy, is that
It's pretty tight, but
on the old Brunswicks, they'd actually freeze to both rails because they'd get in a little gutter. The cloth was so thick and nasty.
yep.
And the guys that shoot at that shot for that ball, they'd leave it there. If it was a red ball, 20 minutes, 20 innings.
Yeah, that ball turned out to be big enough.
And
Now's where it
game's
gets
not-
interesting.
The game's not over. The game is not over yet. He certainly didn't. Once again, the balls are rolling very cruelly for the players.
Ken Holstrom, Dan Colas, table 2.
He was looking to drop that one in, wasn't he?
Play it all sideways.
Really?
He has a tendency, Mr. Printz does, to
Poke stroke?
he jumped up at it. He didn't keep his left hand on the table. We call that like a shovel stroke. I won't mention what we're shoveling. It could be coal. But yeah, that shovel stroke, every once in a while, George Ashby calls it an upstroke. You plan to do it, but when Mr. Printz does it, I think it's a sort of a knee-jerk reaction where he's trying to help the ball. He doesn't figure he's got enough stroke for it or something, and that's a lot of you pool players do that too.
When you're planning to do it, it's usually an all-top shot, though, isn't it?
Well, you'd want to cue the ball high and go through it kind of level, and as you're going through, you gracefully arch the cue up, and your hand follows. You don't just go straight up with your hand, your bridge hand. But, ask Ashby. Next time you see Ashby, ask Ashby about that. That's a technique.
Yeah, I
Knows those techniques. He taught me that technique.
I know the shot. I was just doing something for the viewers.
Oh, okay. The question is, in my mind, will spring come first, or will this game end first? What date is it? This place is so nice. I'd like to, I wouldn't mind if it took them a month to make the last point. We stay here for a month.
Yeah, that's definitely not Michigan weather.
Error, computer error. Well, he shot that. He did a no-no. He moved the red ball. Okay, now shoot this correctly. 4 rails, not 5. Now you got a chance, unless you're a corner shooter, of course. See now, there's no. Oh, there is a kiss. Look at that. Tisk, tisk. Oh, I love these round the table shots, especially when my opponent shoots them. They got this so full with kisses. Go across table. That ball is so big in the corner. This far out in both rails or something.
Yeah, you need to put a little something on it once in a while to offset the pace.
Very nice shot. Very smooth. This gentleman could run 4. I'll bet an out. Actually, if he ran 4 more, that would be 5 and out. And leave Mr. Frankel in the 1 hole. Yesterday we talked about being in the 1 hole where you only need 1 billiard. It's very difficult to focus your mind. Sometimes you're thinking about, all I need is 1 more, I win the game, but you forget to make the billiard. You forget to, it's a psychologically very interesting position to be in. I would I would rather be in the one hole than my opponent, okay. But, you know, and frankly, I'd rather see my opponent run like 5 or 6 and out. Oh, I believe the game is over. I believe the game is over.
Apparently, I'm going back to work.
Okay, stream table. Dale Saunders, Bill Johnson.